Well, good morning. I hope you have your coffee. We have a long day ahead of us. If you're looking for Uncle Terry and Uncle Bob content, today is going to be that day. Let me just paint a quick little picture. We're going to start out at the shop. We're going to pick up a drive shaft. We're going to take that drive shaft down to Driveline 1, drop that off, then turn around and head up to Jegs at 11th Avenue. We're going to pick up what we need to pick up, and we're also probably going to order some things at the warehouse. Then we're going to go to the warehouse. We're going to pick up what we need from the warehouse, and we're going to go back to the shop. We're going to drop all that stuff off that we need to drop off. We got to pick up a package that's going to be coming in from New York for Uncle Bob to be able to finish off the Olds 455. Then we're going to turn around. We're going to drive back downtown, pick up the drive shaft that should be rebalanced by then. Then we're going to turn around and drive back to the shop, drop that back off, pick up a couple of other things, and then we're going to head up to Uncle Bob. We're going to work on Pontiac stuff, maybe. We're going to definitely work on the Olds 455 stuff. It's going to be a really long day. Should be a lot of fun. And I've got a whole thermos full of coffee. Let's get rocking and rolling. On the upside this morning, it's not 7 degrees. So that's nice. All right, drive shaft loaded in the Volkswagen Passat wagon, and bonus, I already have my FedEx package. Amazing. Ordered it yesterday, last evening. I already have it in my hand at 9 o'clock in the morning from New York City. That's crazy. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. We'll talk about that in a bit. Were you admiring my shaft? All right, we're on the road. Head down to Driveline 1, drop off this shaft, and off the Jegs. All right, welcome to Driveline 1, down on the south end of Columbus. Oh, my shaft's too big. One thing that often gets overlooked is, in business, you need business partners. You need people that help you do what it is you do if you don't do what they do. For instance, these guys. Driveline 1 does all of our driveline stuff. So creating drive shafts for us, ordering drive shafts for us, balancing drive shafts for us, all that kind of stuff. These guys do it all. So fortunately, we have those guys in our corner to be able to get done what we don't do. So hopefully that drive shaft just needs rebalanced, then we'll be back in business with that. And Bob's blowing up my phone with a whole bunch of parts that he needs for a whole bunch of other things. So I am on my way to Jegs, and we're going to go see Uncle Terry, which is just up over yonder. All right. On the road again. Beautiful day in Central Ohio, isn't it? At least it's not 7. All right, guys, welcome to Jegs. This is the 11th Avenue store as usual. I have a feeling we're probably also going to go to a warehouse because Uncle Bob has sent me quite a long shopping list of things that he needs and I need. Let's see what these boys have for us today. All right, Terry, here we go.
I understand you need more parts.
Yeah. All right, before I forget anything, Tommy's truck, I need pinion shims. 2.5, 3-inch wide pinion shim, 3 degree. I believe you have one in stock.
Okay. 3 degree?
Yes.
Okay.
I also need oil pan bolts for this Oldsmobile 455 build we're working on.
Okay.
And that's my level 1 stuff that I need. And then I got to get to Bob's shopping list that he's currently sending me.
Okay.
And you sent me a picture earlier that my pistons are in.
Your standard piston for 350 Pontiac.
My 350 Pontiac.
BOP stuff, it's all over. You need to get yourself a Buick.
We have one. We have a
Excellent.
65 Buick GS.
Why not?
Yeah. We have all of them. We have a 65 Olds F85,
Yeah.
and we have a 65 Buick GS. And all my Pontiac stuff. We cover it all.
That's awesome.
What's weird is we don't build Chevy stuff. The easy, cheap stuff. That works really well.
You build the shop truck motor.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's right. That's true.
Shop truck.
Shop truck.
All right, so Tommy needs pinion shims and you need oil pan bolts.
Yes.
Okay. I'll go ahead and get that in motion.
I mention this every time I'm over here, but if you haven't seen any of my previous videos, welcome aboard first of all. Secondly, welcome to Jegs 11th Avenue. This is the original Jegs, the actual Jeg of Jegs. Started in the back here, and this is the showroom side of things. So this has been here since the 60s, I believe, and is staffed with some excellent gentlemen. Chief high mucky luck of those gentlemen would be Terry here, who's been selling parts since they were made out of wood. But these guys are able to get and do and support us and everything that we do. And we wouldn't be doing what we do, again, without the business partners we have. So fortunately, Terry's always willing to put up with my stuff and do a good job of taking care of us.
Pontiac. Oh, good.
So these are my truck. Oh, you got pinion shims here?
Yes, sir. 3 degree. I'm as surprised at that as I ever been anything.
I was going to the warehouse. There's no way.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Huh.
I was shocked.
Okay. Cool.
2 degree, 4 degree all day because I got plenty of them back there. 3 degree, weird. But stranger than Skinitch.
Well, I'll be darned.
So
cool.
that shit was easy. What else you need?
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to Bob's shopping list. This is going to be a bit more complicated. Let's see here. I need 7 550 3/8, 8 450 3/8 push rods.
What's that? 755 3/8 and 8.45.
I'm guessing these are 2 different sets of push rods. Some 7 550 3/8 ones and some 8 450.
So he needs 8 of each.
I assume so.
Okay. 755s.
I don't know what Bob's working on, but this is Chevy stuff, so
Okay.
it's not mine. Oh, I also do need spark plugs for those Edelbrock heads
Okay.
for the Oldsmobile. Have Terry call me when you're there. Well, let's just call Bob, shall we?
Let's do that.
Feels like this is just kind of our normal life now.
Mm.
Morning, Bob. You're on live here at Jegs 11th Avenue.
Hey, Bob.
I got Terry here.
Started with that list?
Yeah, we're working on it.
On those push rods, you need 8 each of them. Is that what you need?
Yes, sir. It's a big block Chevrolet.
Okay.
3/8 diameter.
Okay. Should be. Well, I don't know. I'll check. I'm checking.
I know you are.
And I do have to answer your other question. I did just get my new pistons for the 350 Pontiac. They're sitting here on the counter for me.
Okay.
So I will bring those with me. And my
I'm working on your HO, and I'll take the other one out and take out the crank out, weigh all that stuff, do all that stuff, spin that crank. And right now, I'm cleaning out the lifter bores on the HO motor. I had to drill out those plugs, and it is just full of sludge.
Yeah, that isn't surprising.
Right now, I'm trying to design a way to take my pressure washer, because there's so much stuff in it, to take my pressure washer and key into that and blow through it.
Okay. Well, you do what you need to do.
I am. Oh, you know that.
Do you? I don't know if we have some more. God, this is going to be an expensive visit. Do we have another set of Eagle rods for a Pontiac here? Because we stole my Eagle rods for my Pontiac 350 from my 350 HO build.
Oh.
So I now need another set of them.
No. I guarantee you we wouldn't.
Okay, good. That means I don't have to spend the money right now.
I just have to order them.
Okay, good.
Looks like push rods.
Hey, Terry?
Yes, sir.
Terry? Can you have them by this afternoon then?
The push rods?
No, the rods.
Oh, the rods? No, sir. No, they would have to come directly.
At least get it this afternoon.
Yeah, no. No, I've got a rod stretcher in the back. We could take some other ones and make them.
I see.
It's probably not as good as your machines there, but it'll work.
Just cut it and put a little bar in the middle and weld it back together?
Weld it back in there and just rebalance it because it's new.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. It looks like your push rods are up in Delaware.
I knew I was going. There ain't no way I'm getting this done without going to the warehouse. No way.
So, did you show it in your list?
Oh, we're working on it.
Okay.
It's not my list. My list is done. I've got my list sitting here. I've got oil pan bolts here. I've got what I need to get Tommy's truck done. I've got my pistons here. I've got my other stuff in the car. We're working on your list.
Okay.
All right, so we need 8 of those.
8 of those, and then whatever I think there were 855s on the other one. Right? 845. 8450s. 8450 push rod.
You TV folks, we'll be back with you in a minute. For those who are unfamiliar, the reason I have these is we were building my 350 normal build and ended up having one rod that was kind of screwy, way too much clearance on it. So we would have to recon those rods to be able to get them back up and running. And there's 1971 rods, so the amount of money and time you're going to spend in reconning a set of rods and then you still have a set of rods from 1971 just didn't make any sense. So we're going to steal a set of the Eagle rods that I already have. Then we get into the conversation about, are we going to mount 1971 pistons and wrist pins on a brand new set of rods? And that just kind of didn't make any sense either. So we went ahead and got a set of standard bore Silverlight pistons. So we'll put a brand new set of pistons and wrist pins and rings and all that jazz on a brand new set of Eagle rods, and that'll be a refreshed standard bore Pontiac 350, which will be fine. And I think I'm actually going to steal the Quadrajet off of my 70 Le Mans. I've been kicking this around. I think I'm going to steal the Quadrajet off my 70 Le Mans and put a original Pontiac cast iron Quadrajet intake manifold on that motor and then put that back in my 1971. So that means I'm going to need to figure out a carburetor and intake situation for the 455. Fortunately, we've got a couple of options that are available for that. Cool. All right.
That's basically right in the middle, heat range wise.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't run anything really hot,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't run anything really cold because
Yeah.
that should be a lot of compression.
Right.
So that's an 8. So it starts at 6 and goes to 11.
Okay.
So that's right, dead square in the middle. So that ought to be great. That should work really fine.
Easy peasy. So these are Rich's. Those are Rich's. Those are Rich's. These are mine.
Okay.
What else do you need to sell me today?
I got a list.
Santa Austin?
Do we have your credit card? We
Yeah.
have Rich's credit card.
Right. We have both, actually.
Exactly.
I have both. Santa Austin buying car parts for people. All right. Off camera, Terry made a joke about the fact that we were talking about guys not getting cold, walking out of their cars in shorts and flip-flops, even when it's ball freezing cold outside.
Yes.
And pretending like they aren't cold. I ended up with a little bit of a side item yesterday when I went up to the Jegs warehouse up in Delaware to go pick up some parts that I had ordered. And I ended up locking the car running outside of the Jegs warehouse at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when I needed to be back at the shop at 4 o'clock. You ever just been one of those people that can never catch a break on anything? Got my parts picked up here at Jegs. Got everything I needed. Walked back out, and wouldn't you know it, car's still running. That's good. Unfortunately, it decided to lock itself. So, tow truck, come help get me back in my car. I hope you're having a better day than me.
Cooperate with me.
That works too.
Makes it a lot easier when
Yeah, that was the smart plan. Was I was going to leave it running, that way it's still warm when I get back out here.
nice and tricky for you. And then you come back out here and it's floppy.
Yes.
It's that trick no good.
This was a extra expensive trip to Jegs. Son of a bitch. That's life. Onward and upward. So not only did Jegs get a lot of my money yesterday, but it also cost me another $75 and I believe 88 cents to get back in my car so I could leave Jegs.
What do you have to call a locksmith or is it
Tow truck, tow company.
Tow truck?
Yep. And fortunately, they're right across the street from Jegs.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So, yeah, I here's a picture of me with it.
Nice.
Yeah. It's one of those things like you just can't write my life. Nobody would believe that any single person would have as many trials and tribulations as I have, but it's a constant.
That's why it's called Automotive Adventures.
It is.
With Austin.
Automotive Adventures with Austin.
Not just Automotive Times,
Yeah.
it's Automotive Adventures.
This isn't just about me
like
sitting
it.
there wrenching on stuff.
No.
This is all of the everything else.
No, this is everything that goes along with it.
Yes.
Which that's the interesting part.
Yes, right.
I just watch people wrench. You can see that all the time.
You know, that's the funny thing is a lot of it is the people prefer to see the other stuff that's not the wrenching. They want to see like what it's
Right.
really like
Exactly.
in a day in the life.
Exactly right.
It's expensive. That's the answer. It's
It is
very
expensive.
Here, have that one.
Okay, excellent.
So this is for my pistons.
This is for your pistons.
I do not have rings, but I'll make Bob get those.
Yeah, you don't have rings. Like I don't think we got. Well, Bob likes to get
Yeah,
what he gets, and I understand that.
yeah. We'll let that man figure that out.
Right.
And then I guess we probably need to also figure out. Amount tendered was not $1,700.
Wish it was.
I'm gonna get a ding on my credit card that says, "Wait, what did you just do?"
No, I only charged you $179. I didn't charge you $1,799. So
There's
it all
some
works out.
real good pistons.
It all worked out.
I guess we probably need to look into my rods.
I'll just order you some.
Okay.
I already said as fast as we got, well, that was the Oldsmobile rods, but as fast as we got those rods, Pontiac rods are even easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
They'll
lot.
they'll be sitting on the shelf.
Yeah, it's a lot more common deal. I think the last time we got Pontiac rods, I had them in 3 days.
Yeah. Well, and Bob's leaving for Florida, so it's not like when they show up, they show
Right.
up. So not a big deal.
That's cool.
There have been numerous comments in my comments section about how expensive of a friendship I have.
Between
you
me
and
and Bob, it's pretty expensive.
You are definitely two of my most expensive friends I've ever had. And I used to have an alcohol problem.
Yeah, that's nothing.
It's nothing
That's
compared
nothing
to a car
compared to an
problem.
automotive problem.
I joke about that all the time, and I'm not trying to be insensitive to those who this impacts, but a drug problem would cost me less than a car
It
problem.
would.
I could not snort
It
this
would.
much cocaine
No,
and still be here.
Not be alive. Not be alive. No.
No. All right.
No, the good thing about an automotive problem is sometimes you can get your money back.
At least some.
Not
of it.
all of it.
Yeah.
Never all of it.
Yes.
But sometimes you can get some money back. But I mean, that's.
And I'm
what
having
it is,
fun
what it's all
along
about.
the way.
And that's the deal. You're having a lot of fun along the way. And health-wise, it doesn't take as big a toll on you.
True. True. That's true.
It doesn't take as big a toll. And you got an understanding woman. So that goes
Yes.
a long,
Yes.
long way.
Well, the nice thing with Katrina is we have a very solid understanding of her money is her money, my money is my money, and our money is our money. So as long as the bills are paid,
That's right.
I can do whatever it is I want with all
And
my
understand
stupid stuff.
she's going on the long haul.
Yes, she's going on power cards.
That's awesome.
Yeah, as long as I get her charger put back together before she kills me.
Is she going on the charger?
Uh-huh. Excellent. Yeah, she's going to take her charger. I'm going to take, I don't know,
Just Pick something.
I really want to take the Pinto, the race car.
That would be badass.
It would kind of be terrible, I'm sure.
It would be. Boy, you got a lot to do on that car. You're going to make it into a power tour car.
Yeah.
But it would be kind of cool.
It would be. I think people would like to see it.
Oh, sure they would.
The thing is also the AMX though. Like it's such a like everybody loves that car. It's been on Power Tour so many times. So
Yeah.
I don't know. And Bob, I did get a ticket for Bob in Bob's name.
Excellent.
So he is
Oh, he could. Well, depending on what he's going to do to the Nova, I guess he could.
maybe
That
if
would
it's
be
ready
cool.
to go. So I kind of cheated and I went ahead and bought one in his name. So if he can make it, great. If he can't make it, no big deal. If he makes it in my Pontiac, great. If he makes it in his Nova, great. If he can't make it, it is what it is. Because it's also like, middle of June, so it's busy season for Street Racing Channel, Old Man's Garage, and all those guys.
Dead square in the middle of race season.
Right. So if he's in an emergency situation where he's got to fix a who knows what. So plus it's also right after Bowtie Nationals, which we're also going to.
True.
Bowtie Nationals is the first weekend in June, I believe, and then Power Tour is the following week. So
That's cool.
we'll see. I'm excited about his Nova.
Where's Bowtie National? What's that?
Norwalk.
Oh, that's excellent.
Right.
Excellent. Yeah.
So it's all Norwalk is Bowtie Nationals, and then Power Tour is Indy, Fort Wayne, Joliet, Southern Michigan, and then Norwalk.
That's great.
So
That's awesome.
lots of Midwestern fun.
Yeah, yeah. That's really cool.
I got to figure out what I'm gonna drive. I don't know yet. We'll see. That'll probably be decided like a week
Well,
before I leave.
Chances are you'll have both Pontiacs together
Yeah.
by that time. So
Well, the 350 HO is supposed to be in my other one, my third one. I have a 68, a 70, and a 71.
Oh, that's right.
So,
yeah.
Might have all three of them together.
Yeah, you could take Pontiac. You could take Pinto. Would be, I think, very cool. That'd be
It'd be horrible.
Boy, it would be a horrid trip. Man, I'm telling you what.
Yeah.
In June.
In the yeah. Yeah. 100 degrees and 80%
Yeah.
humidity.
I'd have to get me one of those split vent coolers and put a generator in the back to run it.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, I want to endurance race that car.
Right.
So like 24-hour lemons and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
at that point in time, I will have already raced it in endurance racing. So I've probably already got a bunch of seat time in it in terrible conditions. So
True.
hopefully I'll have sorted
Well,
out
anything
some of
that's
that
going to break would break during that. Of course, then you got time to fix it, and you
Right.
know what you know. I mean, the car ran 24 hours lemons several
3
years
times.
back.
It's run it 3 times.
3 times.
It did it last year and it did 2 years before that.
It's cool.
So down at wherever that is in Alabama. It's where the museum is.
Oh, Barber.
Barber. Yeah.
Barber.
Barber Motorsports Park.
Yeah. That place is cool.
So
Very cool.
that was my plan, was to hopefully have it back in one piece and back down there to be able to do that again this year, but things didn't work out. I literally haven't touched that car since I bought all that other stuff for it.
All your
Literally
brake
haven't done
stuff.
any of that. And the seats and
Oh, yeah,
safety
sure.
stuff and all that stuff. I hadn't done any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, 'cause you were trying to get it out for that. You're trying to get tracked on, I know, Mid Ohio.
Yeah.
Like the following day.
yeah,
And ended up not all working out.
yeah. So
Well, that's cool.
we'll see.
That's cool.
All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You bet.
Thank you as always.
No problem.
All right, off to the shop. Drop off these shims so Rich can work on Tommy's truck.
Don't have to go to Delaware.
Correct.
Excellent.
Which is great. That saves me
Great
an
day.
hour.
That's a great day.
Thank you, sir.
All right, no problem. Yeah,
Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
Well, I'm returning 4-degree shims.
Well,
Hey, I was playing. Man, you're filthy.
I was playing with a big black shaft a little bit ago,
Oh,
so
nice.
I got stuff all over me.
Hard-working man.
What?
Karen got a haircut.
I did.
You look handsome.
What'd you say?
Yeah, wait, what'd you say?
She's like, pause.
Pause.
So you getting shims?
Yes. Yeah, so, yes.
I bought lowering blocks. I was gonna see if you guys could just.
Do you have them with you?
I do actually. They're 2-inch
Not
aluminum.
quite yet, but we'll have them in about 30 seconds.
Well, I actually bought a pair.
Oh, did you? Excellent.
Well, I had Dad got them yesterday.
Excellent. Good.
So I was either gonna see if you guys could do them, or I was gonna toss it. Oh, hey, look, a camera.
Look who we ran into.
How funny is that? So yeah, I have them with me. If you guys want to try and machine them, but I was thinking you guys were gonna do like a 5 or 6 degree shim, so we could get it like negative.
Rich said he wanted a 3 degree. We lifted the front an inch The rear is like 1.5 inches to be able
Really?
to get that all squared away.
How'd you
and
guys
then
get
3-inch.
the back lifted?
Took the block out.
Oh.
So to be able to get the back up, to be able to get our angle correct, he wanted a 3-degree shim to
So
be able to get
that's
the
not
back.
going to be slammed to the earth anymore.
It's still plenty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's more importantly not going to spit a drive shaft out as soon as you try to launch the thing with a 9-degree pinion angle.
I like
That's
that.
pretty
idea.
important.
I like that.
So I.
Get it drivable
Sacrifices.
now, and then
Well, what
you
if-
can make it.
Red height.
What if we? What if we try and keep?
Let's drive a lowrider on.
Use.
I do. What if we keep the lowering blocks, but we machine the pinion angle? Can we make that work or no?
This quickly? Probably not. I mean, if you have lowering blocks that you have with you, I can at least use those, and then use the angle kit, and we'll see. If you've already got this, I'll just take yours and mine, and we'll see
Yeah,
which one
those are
works
the
better.
Beltec
Yeah, so are these.
4s. Okay.
Those
Yeah,
are 3s.
I was gonna return them, but take them both with you.
Cool.
I'm gonna go grab them, drop them off.
Yeah. Hey, Rich, plans just changed.
My day just got
Gary.
1,000% better.
Hi.
This is what happens when you come to Jegs at 11th Avenue. You never know who you're going to run into.
That's right. That's right. Well, chances are really good you're going to run into one of those.
Yeah, to one of us.
Or you, yeah.
Yeah, at one point in time, one of us is going to
One time during the day,
Yeah.
there'll be a Hoskinson or a Kovalik or a Morgan here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good chances.
You ready for you don't even have to do anything for your Dakota, right?
I just dropped it off for an alignment.
Oh, that's fine. But otherwise, it's okay.
Yeah. Oh, it is messed up and need aligned so bad.
Here's
I
the
figured you
here's
were a
the
little
thing.
busy.
The truck is really ugly. The only reason people like it is because it stands. So if it's not slammed to the earth.
Yeah, that's the reason people
It's-
like it.
That's not. I'm sure it has nothing to do with turbos and hanging out of the bed or.
It has nothing to do with any of that, or who's driving it.
I
the
would
fact
even
that you
be
crash it
okay
together.
if we took 1 inch, or is there 1-inch lowering blocks? Yeah. Maybe we raise it 1 inch and meet in the middle.
The question is, what do you have in stock? Because you need the truck back like today.
I do.
Right.
So
So,
do you got some 1-inch Johnnies?
we're
How funny is this? Huh?
we're recalculating on the fly.
Yeah.
All right, Rich. So I know we had this planned out, but
Here comes Tommy.
you'll never guess who
Hello.
I ran into at Jegs.
Hello. What's up? Yeah. I'm at Jegs right now. I actually stand here with Austin.
Yeah, at least
help
I have
Allison.
windows.
Okay.
My dad, he actually warmed the truck up for me, and he stuck like the little torpedo heaters like pointed in my truck. So I had a little bit of warmth.
Does that not have heat? Wow.
There's holes everywhere too.
Yeah, it's race car things.
Someday I'd like to put heat in it.
Yeah.
Someday. I say that and I never will. But
Yeah, the AC side of things, especially if you guys are gonna be doing a lot of like drag and drivey type stuff in the summer, there is nothing that is more terrible on a drag and drive than the line to get into the property.
yeah.
Especially like Power Tour, that is the #1 killer of cars. Like, it's not the driving, it's not the racing. It's the 5,000 assholes trying to get onto the property and sitting in line for 2.5 hours in 100-degree heat.
My
So,
dart's really bad. It's, everything in it is black, so
yeah.
I feel bad for my parents.
So you're taking the Dart too?
Yeah, my mom and my dad are gonna drive the dart.
That's awesome. Are they doing sick ward or are they doing
And,
the actual race?
Style your own class.
Nice. So everybody's racing.
So here's what I'm thinking. If we
More thoughts.
bring Rich all the options that are available, right?
Uh-huh.
And he can decide what he wants to do. If we could at least, okay, we gotta do what we gotta do. We have 2 days left,
Right.
but I can always go back to. But I'd still like it to be decent.
lower. I think I have a picture of what it looked like. I mean, it looks good with the way it sits.
Without the blocks and
Yeah.
an inch higher in the front.
Because you took all the leaves out of it too, right? It's a mono
Well,
leaf in the rear.
yeah, they're the Calvert split monos. So those might be an inch drop too.
And I think they lowered the intro by itself.
Especially with all the weight I got in the back, they're probably more responsive.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's not horrible. It's got it came up a little bit because it was all kinds of wonky in the front. But more importantly, what we're trying to make sure we have squared away is with the 17,000 inches of front travel.
Yeah.
You've got some really interesting dynamics as far as where your toe goes as it's going up, with where the rack is mounted and where your pivot points are. It gets very interesting. And what we want to make sure we do is not put Tommy in the wall, because we will never hear the end of that.
I'll just wheelie all the way down track.
Yeah. So that's the main concern, is to be able to have something work. Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, you're doing a lot of stuff that's like not really ever been done before here. So we're kind of trying to split hairs and make things as good as possible. Probably put some travel limiters in it, so it's not literally like 12 inches of travel.
Do you have travel limiter kits in stock? Yeah, I'm gonna need
because it's got like 12 inches of front travel.
Oh, I know.
It's hilarious.
It's
like,
it's pretty crazy.
You don't need to be driving like.
I plan to do some backside racing and stuff with it, so I wanted to retain as much travel as I could, but for now it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right? We can figure that. I already talked to Mike, our chassis guy. Like, he did my cage and everything. He's gonna start working with us a little bit, and I was like, I think after sick week we're probably gonna cut the frame rails off and tube it after the control arm mounting points, and probably tube the K-member and mount the rack where we want it.
Yes.
And make it better, because that kit I bought, like, that's a guy that's making that out of a shop somewhere in like Iowa. Like, it's a nice kit.
It's a nice
not
kit.
bad.
Yeah.
We're gonna take those.
He's taking
Yeah, I'm
those.
taking this. Rich is going to be so confused when I show up. Wait a minute, I thought you were just getting shims. Yeah, well, hold on.
Do what you guys gotta do, you know? We can figure it out after to make it the way that I preferably want it, but, you know.
Our side of things is make it good and safe and able to do what you need to do, like, in 2 days. And then make some changes, and then we'll adjust things from there. But, like, ideally that rack would be pushed back in, because it's out super far forward and high, so it's really throwing a really weird sweep in there. Especially there's one point where, I mean, it gets super crazy, but if you drop the rack and you pull the rack back, it'll allow us to switch that where those mounting points are and put them underneath the steering knuckles.
I think definitely when we go to tube some of the front of the truck, we'll probably mount it right off. Like, if we tube the K-member and mount it right off the K-member, a little lower and really close to the, like, you know, in line probably with the steering arms is probably what people like.
Yeah, if you could put it like right in front of the bolts for the control arm pivots.
And I've seen people
Life
do
is
it
rock and
before,
roll.
but, you know, they do it
Yeah.
with Tractor Supply stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And we were like, well, we could. I was just at
Call that
Lockout.
agriculture work.
There's a lot of ways to do it. It's just a matter of it's not something that can be done like now.
Yeah.
So you can reinvent the wheel after you make it through sick week.
Yeah.
And go from there. So, all right. Hi ho, hi ho.
Off to work you go.
Yes. And then I gotta go see Bob.
And you gotta go see Bob.
Busy day.
Oh my God, crazy busy day. All right. Good
So
seeing you guys.
I'll see you in about. I mean, when should I still try and come in around like? I know you told me lunchtime today.
Yeah.
but-
I got to get these back to Rich. I'll be back there in 20 minutes. He's got to put this back together again, and then we'll see where we get as far as the height and stuff goes. If he's got to change anything, I don't think he'll have to change anything as far as the rear alignment goes. And I know the front's pretty well squared away.
Heck yeah.
So shouldn't be bad. I'll let you know, but shouldn't be terribly long.
I mean, I was gonna go ahead and head there right at. Like, I'm gonna go home after this.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go ahead and take off. So
Yeah, that's fine. Head home, grab the truck trailer, and yeah.
that'll be an hour and a half,
Yeah.
2 hours.
I probably won't be there. I'll be probably up at Bob's by then.
That's fine.
But yeah,
Okay.
cool.
I can take some footage for you too. I
Good seeing you again.
either.
See ya.
If I don't see you before, all right, so things are getting recalculated on Tommy's truck. I've got a 2-inch block, 1-inch block, 3-degree and 4-degree shims, everything we could possibly need to put this thing back together again. Tommy and Allison, that you just saw there, Gen 2 Garage, also a street racing channel, also Old Man's Garage. Everybody's going on sick week, and they're all leaving for Florida on Saturday. Today is Thursday. It's about 11:30. So we've got to get this truck done and then get it back to them so they could finish off everything they need to finish off so they could be actually ready to go on sick week. So that's why I'm kind of running around with my head cut off right now. And I'm trying to move other projects forward at the same time. So also, on my way back to the shop, I have to swing by the Chevy dealership to pick up some seals and things for another vehicle we're working on in the shop. This is what my daily life is really like, folks. If you ever are curious about, Austin, what is it you do? A lot of this. I'll see you at the shop. All right, back at the shop. Drop off all our parts for this truck of Tommy's. Then we'll get back on the road. Go see Bob. So 3-degree shims is what we're going to look at doing. Ideally this will fix the pinion angle, but we do have everything else if we decide we need to use that. But the idea here is to overcome the drastic amount of pinion angle that was already in there. If you want to see this whole process, it's going to be over on the Lucore Automotive channel, the main channel. This one. Very, very extensive video coming soon. Probably actually maybe even up right now by the time I get this video up. So you can see that whole process as far as what it takes to get that truck all ready to rock and roll, all the alignment, suspension stuff figured out, so they can go play at sick week. All right, now we got about a 45-minute drive to go see Uncle Bob up at McVeigh's Automotive and Machining. Let's get back on the road. We're up to a balmy 24 degrees outside. Another beautiful day here in Central Ohio in the winter. Alrighty, welcome to the house that Bob McVeigh made. It's so nice you don't even need a coat. Let's see what Mr. Bob's working on today before I get here. Oh, working hard, are you? What the heck?
Parts.
Huh?
Waiting on parts.
We got a golden turd over there that's missing parts.
Oh,
Not that one.
my golden turd?
Yeah.
What's going on over here? We swapped around race cars.
Yeah.
Getting this thing ready to go?
Gotta get the engine out of that.
Oh,
You gotta freshen up.
okay. Yeah, it's freshening up the race car season. I got a whole bunch of parts for you, Bob.
If you want to back over by that door over there so it's closest.
Okay, over to the corner door.
You bring truckloads of parts every time you come,
Yep.
but you never take truckloads of parts home with you.
Notice that, did you? Just keep piling shit at you.
You know what though? You know what our plan is? My plan is? I'm gonna run his ass out of money. He won't be back.
Yeah,
Make sure the camera got that.
yeah. You're gonna try to get all of them done at the same time. So
This is I'm gonna run his ass out of money.
see ya, bye. Thanks for coming.
Load all the parts back up. Bigger,
Exactly.
bigger truck.
Yeah, he'll never be back. Don't worry. Yeah, bring a bigger truck. It's not gonna fit in the wagon this time.
Here he comes with a U-Haul.
All right, I'll park over in there. I got a bunch of parts. Oh, all right. I'm gonna move my little Passat wagon. I know you guys don't care about this little thing, but I gotta tell you, it is a fantastic little vehicle. Oh, 1.8 liter manual transmission turbo wagon for a shop hauler. It's a good little machine. Looky what we got here. Even threw down a beautiful gold paint job. It's gonna cost us extra, I assume. Everything costs money. We're getting close, boys. We are getting close. All right, I got a whole bunch of stuff for you.
I hope so.
I do. How you been?
Oh,
Haven't seen you in a couple of
tired.
days.
I started at 5 o'clock this morning.
5 o'clock.
You didn't see the message that I was talking to some guy in Florida at 5 o'clock?
Something about a Nova that was down there, a white Nova. I did see that. Yeah, yeah. What was that about?
Well, so I met the guy down there at 2 races I went to, and I wanted to see if he wanted to go Sickwick with me.
Oh, okay.
And I had his number, but I didn't know. I lose track of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I found him, talked to him this morning, but he was unavailable. He's got to work.
Gotcha. What are you taking on sick week?
I'm just going to go to Bradenton, Orlando.
Okay.
I'm just going to drive my convertible.
Wind through your hair. Gold chain out, wind through your hair.
Snow.
Snow.
Well, it should be better than that next week.
Well, I would hope.
Guy I work for the firehouse, leaving yesterday morning. He's like, all right, see you guys later. He goes, I'm going on vacation. I'm taking my kids to Disney. I was like, it's fucking snowing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Bad timing. Bad timing. Yeah, we were actually joking in the shop. Normally, Rich goes down for a ride in Daytona for jet skis. So there's a bunch of guys that are jet ski riding. Like, can you imagine you took the week off to go ride jet skis in the surf, and it's snowing in Daytona? Like,
Better be in a dry suit.
yeah. Well, I mean, even still, like,
But did you see all the guys out there in their boats and all the airboats?
oh, airboats.
Airboats on the snow.
Oh, I bet that'd be a blast.
And there was one guy sitting there in his yard just doing this.
Yeah, the cold snap going through the south was wicked.
You see that?
8 inches of snow in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Did you see all like downtown New Orleans?
Yeah.
Mardi Gras is,
Having snowball fights on Bourbon.
yeah. Bourbon, Royal, they're all freaking covered. There's this guy on TikTok, Justin Nunley or whatever. He's freaking hilarious. But he's down there and he's like, what do we do when it snows? It's time for redneck stuff. And he gets out and he's got his golf cart and tractors and all this. They're all in the neighborhood pulling sleds behind these tractors.
Oh, for sure.
And everything. And he gets out his flamethrower and he's out there with his flamethrower. It is hilarious.
Well, and life shuts down there. Like,
Oh, man,
cities are
it's
shut
crazy.
down. Like,
Yeah.
nope, can't go anywhere, not do anything.
Yeah,
Everything's closed.
It's nuts.
Hey,
Yeah.
Did you see the guy? Did you see their soul spreader?
Huh.
No, I don't see their soul spreader.
Pensacola salt spreader. Yeah. Oh, it is the best.
The gigantic margarita glass with a bunch.
They're pre-treating.
They just have a dude sitting on the back with a cup. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that's fantastic. All of our southern brethren that are dealing with things down there, we feel your pain. How's it?
I'm thinking outside the box there, my God.
What's funny is like all of the snowbirds that have left here, like, I'm getting away from this stuff. You get down there and like, boom. Now you can't have anything.
That's why if you're going to go, you got to go south.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, like, how south? Like the Keys?
Well, no, I mean where I go down there, it's chilly, but don't have snow.
I
Yeah.
think they're in the 40s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
down at Naples and
Yeah.
Fort Myers.
For them, that's the end of the world.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Everything is shut down. Crises are happening.
Me, I'm in shorts.
Yeah. This almost is a heat snap for me.
Yeah. Oh, man.
All right, this is the part of the show where I want to talk about this dude right here. Andy from Olds Performance Products up in New York, right outside of New York City. I had ordered a cam button from another supplier, and that guy basically ghosted me, and we're in the point where we need to put this motor together, like, right now. Like, we're going to put it together right now. So I contacted this gentleman yesterday afternoon around 4:30 or so. I left him a voicemail. He called me back after hours, about 5:05 p.m. We talked about everything we need. We talked about everything we have going on here, what parts we need, and why we're coming to him. I just randomly found this gentleman on the internet. This dude's been building Oldsmobile power for decades, like 4+ decades of experience in the Oldsmobile world. Knew exactly what I was talking about, exactly what I needed. Had one on the shelf. This is after hours, mind you. Had one on the shelf. Went to FedEx after hours and finalized that package at 5:30 at FedEx yesterday. At 9:30 this morning, I have that button that I need here in the shop, which is absolutely freaking fantastic. You guys are going to hear me crow about this over and over and over again. And Bob is a part of this process too. The heart blood, the thing that makes people amazing in small businesses is this kind of service. These are the kind of people you want to support and you want to talk about till you're blue in the face. That kind of service is not something you're going to get from every large company. They don't care. Quitting time is quitting time. That's it. It doesn't matter how much you need it. Small businesses and people like Andy that made this possible, there's his card, by the way, if you need any Olds product, is exactly the kind of people you want to do business with. And anything I have coming up, I'm going to definitely do business with this guy. And I honestly might even try to talk this gentleman into letting me come up and visit him if I'm up in the New York area again, because he sounds like a pretty cool individual. It's not just old stuff. He works in a whole lot of other things as well. And gentleman's been fantastic. We've been texting back and forth. He sent me my tracking information. And literally, because he was willing to do what he did, we are assembling this motor today. If we weren't going to have product for another week, and Bob's going to be in Florida, and then this motor's going to be sitting here for another couple of weeks without getting put together. So, Andy, sir, again, I appreciate you so much. Thank you very much. It's because of you that we are able to move this thing forward. You are awesome, and I appreciate you. What'd you have for lunch, Bob? Anything exciting?
It was just cheeseburger. Didn't have time for anything else.
I didn't even eat lunch yet. It's all right.
I called the restaurant I usually eat at and asked her to make me something, or make me a cheeseburger. I didn't have time to eat or whatever. And evidently the lady didn't recognize my voice or my name.
Ah.
And so she said, we don't do call-in orders. I was like, really? As much as I eat there,
Right.
it kind of aggravated me. And so
gotta pull that VIP card.
So then I did all my other stops. And so then I walk in the restaurant and she had it 1 minute.
Gotta understand that VIP-ness. All right, something I want to talk about here real quick while we're doing this whole thing. The reason that this is important, and Oldsmobiles do not come with a cam button, but the idea is here you have a button to be able to keep this camshaft from walking forward. On a flat tappet camshaft, the distributor itself and the bearings literally will keep the camshaft in the motor. It's not going to walk forward. But when you go to a roller setup, the bearings don't do that, and the camshaft can actually walk itself forward. So you need to have some sort of a piece to be able to keep it from doing so and running into the front cover. And that's what this whole kit is for. I don't know if I can film this and do this at the same time. Can you play with that real quick so I can see the cam play? See that? That's not good. You don't want the cam to really walk around like that. So, if you're going roller, especially on an Oldsmobile, that's exactly what this is for. Just something to be cognizant of, and otherwise you're going to end up with a catastrophic end to your engine building experience. All right, here's our 350 Pontiac, and there's our rods that we're stealing from the other 350 project. And I said, these are our old ones. So these are the original pistons and original rods for this motor, as you can see. You can also see some heat distortion there. It just doesn't make any sense to reuse these. So we are going to steal these ones out of the other Pontiac project for this and utilize these little guys, which are standard bore. They were in stock at Silverlight. Standard bore. There you go. And then it also comes with new wrist pins as well. I don't know if I have this in the video from when I was talking with Terry, but these do not come with rings because that's kind of a thing you order independently. So we will have to get a ring package coming for this thing. Or, I believe actually we already have a ring package. We do, because we already ordered for that one. So, there you go. Rings are already in there. We'll get that thing back up and running. Now this is not going to be a crazy rebuild. This one's going to be pretty, well, I wouldn't say budget friendly, but pretty stock as far as the what we're asking for. It's basically going to end up being a stock compression, new rods and pistons, aggressive camshaft, or semi-aggressive camshaft. It's going to go back to exhaust manifolds. It's not even going to have headers on it. We're going to use the original heads that came with that motor as well. We just got to put valves in it and hardened exhaust seats in it. And then we're going to throw it at it. We're not going to do any porting on the heads. We're not going to do any trickery, but it'll give us a really good baseline as far as what a good running stock Pontiac can do with a reasonably decent camshaft in it. And then we can use that in comparison to our 350 HO build, which is going to be considerably more aggressive than this setup is. Going a roller camshaft on that, all sorts of different intakes we're going to try on it. This is the one I was saying earlier that I'm going to put a quadrijet on. And I think I'm going to steal the quadrijet off the 455 and put it on this. And hopefully if I can find one, Pontiac cast steel intake, cast iron manifold to be able to put it on there. Because I think that'll be kind of complete the whole like stock look on this thing. And I don't need it to tear down walls and break records because it's going to be just kind of cruising around in my cruising one. I, for some particular reason, have 3 of these Pontiacs. Don't judge me. Film something of me actually doing work, so people believe that sometimes it actually happens. I'm not doing the precision stuff, don't worry. That's not my department.
Do we want this gold?
I don't know.
Probably.
Probably. You had to drill out the plugs.
Yeah, the in plugs.
Yeah, yeah.
I had to drill them out with a hand drill bit. Easy out.
So this is your...
Yeah, so this thing was full of goop down through there.
Yeah, yeah.
So I took and put this in there and then put my power washer in there and blew right through there.
Okay.
And it's a hot power washer, so it was steam.
What Bob is trying to do is he's trying to get everything done at one point in time, so I have to have one really massive bill to pay, and then he'll chase me out here because I'll be all out of money. So thank you for being here this long. I truly do appreciate it. You helped me pay for my bills.
You can't paint. You can't catch me painting.
He's not painting. That's not what you hear in the background. That's a vacuum leak. It's an air leak. Shh, air hose. That's what's happening. But the 350 HO project is moving forward. It's just not really on the top of the priorities list. Obviously, the Oldsmobile build with this for this customer is the #1 priority, and then my 350 so we can get my 71 up and running again before we get the HO done. But lots of engine building progress. And I'll be honest, there's even more of it coming. I'm just not really trying to take care of all that right now. And I'm also going to have to recover from all of these very expensive repair bills. Because, as I said earlier, this man and Terry are probably the 2 most expensive friends that I have right now.
Okay.
Saving Bob's shoulder. Me doing work.
Let me turn it while you focus.
Here.
I don't do cameras.
Feels pretty good. Looks pretty good. You happy with it?
Yeah.
So far, so good?
We wouldn't be continuing.
Moving forward.
Why don't you get those oil pan bolts?
Okay. I did also pick up oil pump drive, 2 different versions of it, just in case there was anything different between the two, because one was twice the price of the other one. Anything you like more than the other one?
I'd say this is a cheaper one, isn't it?
Probably.
It looked a little more simpler. We'll make this guy. We'll put the expensive one in it.
There you go. I mean, it's all Mylodon stuff anyway, right? So that's why I was like, I don't know if Mylodon would do something different with their setup, but just to be on the safe side, let's go ahead and get their stick.
Where's those bolts?
There. Those are my old pan bolts. So these blue marks we were talking about,
Yep.
that means you have verified torque. So rods, main bolts. Smart man. We're making progress. We're making progress. What's the torque spec on this?
Click! 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 30 years.
one OGA and 30 years of experience?
30 years.
Yes, we are going EFI with this thing. This time we're doing the Holley Sniper EFI. Go with the Terminator fuel injection system. Make sure to drop that on the ground. We'll be serving a fine blend of pen grade 1040. As you were explaining, this is not high zinc stuff because we are roller.
But there is a lot of zinc in this.
Yeah, but it's not the same stuff you got to run for a flat tappet, which is what I'm used to. Isn't that nice?
Honestly, I would voice some opinions, but I don't want to
Uh-oh.
blow up the internet.
Uh-oh. You gonna start a fight?
No, I'm not going to start a fight. Because
Everybody's got their own opinions. Look at that man, stacking dimes. Spending a lot more time on that than most people do. Most folks just kind of lay down a bead and call it a day.
Bill said that until he saw me do this, he would have leaks on the intake. And he said, after I saw you do that, I didn't have any more leaks.
Okay. This is a Bob McVeigh trade secret?
I don't know. I don't know why I have
Or
no
superstition?
idea. I don't know. It's something that, after many stuff.
Yeah. Hey, look, if it works, however it works, why it works, don't ask. Don't mess this up, Bob. Get one shot.
What are you trying to do? Make me nervous?
Woo, look at him, chrome gourd.
Is that one?
We are pretty darn close. And I got to figure out some better intake manifold bolts because we got two weird ones. I think I am missing my valve cover bolts.
Was they supposed to be in with the valve covers?
I don't think I remember to order any. So I need to get valve cover bolts. We need the distributor tie or hold down. We've got spark plugs that are already here. What are we missing? Do you need you're going to use your own fuel pump block off?
We'll have to find one.
Okay. Or I need to get one?
If they sell them, get one.
Okay.
It'd
So
be faster
fuel
for me
pump-
trying to make one.
Yeah.
Then I'll just put it in my cupboard.
Fuel pump block off?
Yeah, they can't be that expensive.
What else are we missing? We've got our thermostat housing. It's over here in my pile of things from Jegs. Right there. We are looking dangerously capable of firing this thing. What are you thinking, timing-wise?
I'd like to do it. It has to be done Saturday if we're going to do it before I leave.
Okay.
And I want to do it before I leave.
Okay. Well, looks like we got to get this thing all buttoned up and finalized for Saturday.
I got a family issue to take care of tomorrow.
Right.
And that could ruin the whole bollocks.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we'll see.
What am I forgetting, guys? What am I forgetting? We've got plug wires that we can use. We have the EFI system already still here.
Did you bring those headers?
I will bring those up with me Saturday. To be able to get this thing on the dyno. And then you've got to adapt the exhaust situation. Huh? Yeah, I took your tubes. I took the little exhaust extensions with the O2 sensor bungs in them.
Back?
No, they're at the shop.
But they work.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that. Fancy. I'm excited. We're gonna actually have a thing done. What else are we thinking? That's pretty much it.
That's it for the day.
Now your dyno situation is you'll feed dyno water to this.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just a cooling tank, and you got, water coming out, water going in, and I got a little Moroso pump that will mount on here to kind of spin this over.
Okay.
It's got pain in the bearings, man.
All right. Well, that's pretty well buttoned up. I got a couple more things I got to pick up, and then we're going to be ready to rock and roll. Planned tentatively at this point, it's going to be on Saturday to get this guy fired up, and we'll see exactly where we are, get her on the dyno, and see what she does. And then she can go home to her customer who's got to put the whole rest of his car back together again, but that's not my responsibility. How's this thing?
It's still dirty.
Still dirty? You want me to do the dirty work? This is the unfun part of this? Knocking all the decades of crap out of the block? I'll be honest, that block, when I got it back from the last time I had it cleaned up and ready to go, as soon as I put coolant back in it, it immediately turned to coffee.
Yeah.
Immediately turned to coffee.
You just can't really get that shit
Yeah.
out of there. I mean,
You acid dip it and let it sit for days, and it still had problems.
yeah,
It is what it is.
it is. It is.
So, but that's exciting. I'm excited for that. The weird thing is nobody ever builds Pontiac 350s, and that's not really all that weird because it costs the same amount of money to build a 350 cubic inch Pontiac as it does to build a 455 cubic inch Pontiac or a 400 cubic inch Pontiac. That's one of the main reasons nobody ever builds these things, because your rods and pistons and camshaft and intake manifold and headers and all that stuff with Pontiac is all the same stuff. So why would you bother spending all that time, money, and energy building a 350 when you can build a 455 or a 400? And that's a legitimate conversation that can be had. However, the Pontiac 350s are still pretty cool motors, and they're pretty fun. You can have a good time with them, and they're great for a hot rod. especially if it's a numbers matching vehicle, like for that situation where I'm trying to rebuild the one that's originally in the car and keep it original. Now, I don't know if the whole keep it original thing is as big of a deal these days as it was back in the olden days, but a lot of people prefer to keep things numbers matching for valuation on certain things. In my case, it's not really that big of a deal, but at least at this point in time, the nice thing is going to be we're going to have that 350, which is going to be kind of a base model version, and then we're going to have that 350, which is going to be a high output version, and we'll be able to see what the difference is with a roller cam and head work with better flowing heads and all of that kind of goodies. And then we're going to put a better, intake and carburetor setup on it, and we'll see what it makes. Just to be able to compare apples to apples. That's about as close as I can get for you. So, anyways, that's pretty much it. Let's get Bob's words of wisdom by the end of the day, and then we'll wrap this one up. All right. Got any words of wisdom? Nope. He's tired. He's beat. Been working hard. Especially given you're supposed to be on vacation right now.
Yep.
And you got a whole lot more work to do between now and when you fly out.
Yep. Trying to.
All right, guys, so we'll wrap this one up here. I've got a couple more things to do on my shopping list so I can get this thing ready to go. And then we'll be up here hopefully on Saturday if things work out to be able to get this thing on the dyno and run it in and see where we are. And I'll bring that to you, of course, as always. This is Automotive Adventures, my own little personal corner of the YouTube internet, where I work on my own projects as well as some of our customer stuff that doesn't fit on the main channel when we're working in the shop there. So if you're interested in this kind of thing, please click on the subscribe button. It's great to have you here. If you've been here with me before and you've made it this far into the video, thank you very much. I truly do appreciate you. You guys spending time here and watching these videos helps me pay the bills for doing all this crazy stuff you see. So thank you guys very much. We'll see you on the next one coming soon. Take care. Love you. Bye-bye.